big vultures. Wow. Look at the freaking river right here. This is awesome. Freaking vultures up there. Good morning, friends. Welcome to another video. This morning I spent the last hour and a half trying to find a spot, and this is what we got. So if you like hunting, outdoors, camping, fishing type content, consider subscribing. Check this out. I think the probability of getting our first fish today is looking very high. So let's get situated and get fishing. Today I actually brought two rods this time, one with a crankbait and one with a drop shot. Got some kayakers coming out here. I'm not sure if you guys can see them. All right, I think we're ready to go. If you're new here to this channel, I'm a new fisherman. I've never been bass fishing. I'm pretty sure this is not the right rod and reel, but we're gonna give it a shot anyways. I've never crankbaited. And then I have the drop shot set up again, except this time I did a longer trail. That's one thing I had a problem with last time. I didn't have a long enough trail. It was really short last time. So this has about a 10-inch trail this time. This video is sponsored by Reaction Tackle. If you guys are in the market for any type of hooks, this is a #1 EWG curved hook. Make sure that you guys check them out. I'll leave a link in the description below for all your tackle needs. I've never used a crankbait before, so we're gonna give that a shot first, just so I can get a feel for it and kind of understand how it works. I watched a couple of YouTube videos, so be nice to me if it looks sloppy. Drop a comment if you have, and I don't know how I did with these casts. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but man, it's so much fun. There's a lot of fish out here, man. They keep popping up out there everywhere. Make sure you leave a comment if I'm doing this correctly. There we go. Right at those freaking cattails. All right, I'm gonna switch up and go to a worm because there's so many freaking fish right here. And I just can't get the reach with this pole and this crankbait. All right, let's see what worm we're going to use today. Now the one thing that I like about this particular spot versus the other spot that I fished last time, there's no real moving current. And if you're new to bass fishing like me, I need to get used to how water moves, and like a 1/4 inch weight on really fast moving water, it's hard to judge when you're a noob if that's enough weight for the worm or not. This, a 1/4 inch weight is plenty. There's definitely a lot more action for fish in this area than I saw the first time I went fishing. So it's really freaking cool to see. I guess now it's just finding out like what baits work and which ones don't. I don't really know like color wise right now. I'm just trying to go off of like what I saw people talk about on YouTube, and that was use like bright colors as the day kind of goes on and as it gets bright out, and then, you know, when it's darker to use darker colors. But I mean, it's super bright right now. So I feel like the green is a good move, but I don't know, I guess we'll see. Holy cow, there's so many freaking fish around me. The fact that I'm trying what I'm doing right now, like it's only a matter of time before I'm successful and I get a fish. Really pretty area. I like this spot. I definitely will come here again. I'm kind of trapped on time because I spent like an hour and like 15 minutes trying to find a spot. One thing I did see for like fishing tips is that if you're fishing a worm, you don't move it around a lot. Too many guys just move it. This pole that I'm using is a medium heavy with the Speed Demon Elite reel. Honkers. Get out of here, honkers. Let's scare the fish. I think that the honkers scared the fish, to be honest. Although I still see the fish popping up everywhere, so maybe we're all right. First freaking failure out of this trip, I didn't bring the pole holder. So now I'm stuck holding the pole the whole time. I'm not sure if you guys know, but in Arizona you can have 2 poles, right? And 2 hooks. So I don't know if a crankbait counts as 1 pole since it has 2 hooks, or when they say 2 hooks, they mean 2 hooks in general. Because otherwise it'd be nice to just run a crankbait over here to the right and leave this worm over here to the left. For all you other anglers out there that do know what you're doing, at what point do you change spot? With this specific location, I can't really go a whole bunch of different spots. Like, I'm pretty much limited to this little area right here, but I can throw in other areas. So comment down below how long you're supposed to actually stay in one location if you're not getting any bites. It's been about 15 minutes, so I'm going to use my judgment like I do with coyote calling. Put the bait somewhere else in the water. The green's not really popping. It's the same color as the water. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I can't wait to get my kayak, man. There's just so many opportunities to come out here and fish. To get to like some of these spots where you just can't on a bank. So to find today's spot, I went down a bunch of different roads just to try something. I found this spot from the other side of the bank, and I drove around for a while and ended up coming right back to this spot. We've been here for about 15 minutes in this specific spot, so I'm about to call it, go back to a crankbait. I know I'm in the general area where the fish are at. Before I call it quits, I'm gonna send a worm over this way. If you like my content, make sure that you like, comment, and share. That just helps the channel grow. If you like any of the gear that I'm using, check the video's link description below. I do make a small commission off of Amazon, but it's not gonna get me rich. Amazon says that I have to tell you that. I haven't actually thrown the worm in the cattails over here, so I'm gonna give that a shot. After that, I'm gonna move back to the crankbait, and after about 15 or 20 minutes of doing the crankbait, if I just have no luck, I'm just going to evacuate this specific area. Got fancy on that cast with the one-handed. I'm using fluorocarbon line, and it's a 10-pound line. Is that something that everybody uses? I mean, I live on the Colorado River in Arizona, so I'm not sure that that's the right type of line, but that's just what I saw from some other creators that live in my area. That's what they're using as well. Tell you what though, the excitement that I'm gonna get for the first time I actually land my first bass, it's gonna be like the first time I shot a duck. It's weird, as you get older, like I'm more sensitive, you know what I mean? And I'm a lot more emotional about certain things. I think it's just like, this really brings me back to moments when I was younger with my dad. He's not really able to do a lot of this kind of stuff anymore because he's got diabetes. It kind of takes me back to those memories when I'm out here fishing and I have like firsts, because it makes me think of firsts that I had with him. First time that I caught my first trout. First time that we went fishing. Getting older, when I have a first in something like this, like it brings me a lot more like sentimental joy. So I'm curious for all you guys that watch my channel, what kind of setup do you guys go? And do you go like budget, you know, specific type of fishing environments, have different type of rods and reels that are required? What is your most like versatile type of rod and combo that you use, that you like, you know, like a one and done type of thing? No luck with the worm, so we're gonna go back to the crankbait, give that a shot, see if that works, and if not, we'll get out of here. So far, never doing this, my favorite type of fishing. Now, I don't actually know what the depth is on this one. Let's see if it says something. It doesn't say. We didn't have any luck, guys, this time. That's all right. You know what? I knew that I only had a couple hours to get out here. I had a good time. Feel like each time I'm coming out, each video I'm making as far as fishing, I'm learning more as I go, seeing what works, what doesn't work. I think that once I understand the area and which baits actually work, then I think I'm gonna have a lot better chance of succeeding and getting my first bass. But that's the point of all this, right? Like, you need to be able to come out and find these spots. You need to go out and do your homework, you know, see what baits work, which ones work for you. You can't depend on going on YouTube and just because somebody used a certain bait that day 4 years ago when they shot that video, it worked, and you're gonna have the same results 4 years later. But you need to go out and at least try to find these spots. Use relatively the same type of bait, right? If you knew somebody came to a specific spot a few years ago, they use worms. Try worms again, but try different colors. These are all things I don't know yet. So to see what time the fish are biting the best, in the morning, in the mid-afternoon, in the evening. Are you fishing with a crankbait? Are you fishing with a jig, a swim bait, worms? You know, all these things I'm going to have to learn on my own. If you guys are new to bass fishing as well, stick around. Maybe we can learn together. I will be the failure in this friendship so that you could be more successful based off of my failures. But I hope that you guys like this video. I hope you guys always get something out of this video. Whether you're a newbie, just hanging out, or just want to follow along. I really appreciate you guys all watching and supporting this channel. If you have any suggestions on what you think I should get, what do you think I should use, leave them in the comments. I will check them and I will reply to you. And heck, I might even make a video about it and try your guys' suggestions. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend, and we will catch you guys on the next trip. Alright, no luck. We're gonna switch to the... Oh shit. So freaking cool how quiet it is. Alright guys, no luck with the worm. No luck with the worm, so we're gonna go back to the crankbait. Give that a shot, see if that works. And if not, let's get out. And if not, we'll get out of here.